see what Spirit has in mind. United Centers for Spiritual Living years ago needed to relocate and wanted to relocate closer to the Midwest. We'd been on the West Coast. 4 years, there was a group of us called the Vision Corps that would meet by phone from all over the country once a month and do a visioning process. We finally in that vision manifested this beautiful facility in Golden, Colorado. And when we went to see it, we went, oh, this is it. So we want to envision a beautiful facility for us. And it takes all of us. It isn't just a few people. It takes all of us. And once we're all part of that vision, we collectively co-create that in consciousness. And so I would love for you to come next Sunday after service. Plan to stay 90 minutes. It's not a short process, and we don't want to shortchange it. And so if you will join with me next Sunday after service, and we will do a visioning process together. Hopefully one of many. Thank you.
And we'll have a little snack there. And for those people who do not know where the Rotundo is, I saw some of that, find out, because I'm not going to give the directions up here. And I don't mean it to be like that, but it's in the program, it's in our e-blasts, it's in everything. And it's where the mayor's office is and all of that. So it would be so hard for me to do that. So, but I kind of did. Yeah. So there you go. So anyway, let's talk kids for a second. We have kids in the kitchen, but we also have kids in arts program that was granted to us by the Cal Stanley Foundation. And they're having their, at this Saturday, 11 a.m., they're going to kind of give an overview of everything that they've been doing the last 6 weeks, which is a lot. Mime, art. It just goes on and on. Usually it's just the parents, and I thought that shouldn't be. We have a ohana here that we're trying to grow our children and let them flourish as well. So if you are available at 11 a.m. next Saturday, the 4th, please drop by and give these kids your support. You are welcomed. You are welcome. And I think that is it, except for...
Reverend Diane has an announcement. Aloha, Kaua'i. The Empath Survival Guide. It's a book that I've been immersed in and a study that I've been doing with Judith Orloff, and I'm sharing that with you May 8th and 15th from 6 p.m. I had a question this morning. I know what a sensitive person is, but what is an empath? I bet there are a lot of them in this audience, which is why I wanted to bring this material to this community. An empath is someone who senses the energy around them. It might be for good, and it might be overwhelming. And so what we're going to talk about are what she calls survival strategies, but it's just ways to care for yourself, embrace who you really are, and not shut that part of you down so that you can live in this world that can be highly stimulating. And so if that sounds like you, if people have told you that you're overly sensitive and just get over it, if you notice what the person next to you is going through easily, this workshop might be for you. And so I hope you'll join us as we go through this wonderful process, 2 Wednesday evenings together. There's a sign-up sheet next to the bookstore, and you can take a look at the book if you're interested in what that material is, but you don't have to read the book before you come in. Mahalo.
Thank you.
Didn't they do wonderful with their 60-second pitches? That's what it is. All those emails, 60 seconds, 60 seconds.
Okay.
And you guys did a great job. But before we go on, there is one other thing that we'd like to invite Eve up. Eve had and she's from, go ahead, Rita.
From Kamalani Playground, Lidgate Park.
Yeah, Friends of Aloha. I'll keep this very brief. I'm representing the Friends of Kamalani and Lidgate Park, and we want to give a big thank you to this organization, Center for Spiritual Living, for your very generous support and your ongoing generous support, specifically for Earth Day, which happened last week, actually. Not only did a lot of faces I see in the audience actually show up and do the physical manual work of helping clean up the park, but there were also substantial monetary donations made for us ongoingly, and we really, really appreciate it. We do all the work voluntarily. Nobody gets paid, and so it's a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. And we have here a laminated signature block of all the people who signed their appreciation and for your wall.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eve.
Yes, isn't that wonderful?
Appropriate birthday bag.
Thank you so much, Eve.
And thank you, Reverend Diane, and all the volunteers that came out.
And for those of you who are new, what the monetary thing is that 10% of everything that comes in to the center goes out to the community, goes out to the world immediately. And that's one of the ways that we're able to take some of that tithing money, as we call it, and put it out into good use. Yes?
Yes. All right. I think we're ready.
That was fun.
That was fun. It
was
took
fun.
a little while, but
Yeah,
we had a
right.
lot.
Nobody can tell you about their stuff more than they can, the people actually doing it. So let us start with some meditation here. I mean, it's actually our time of peace. I always get it confused, but we're always meditating in one way or another, aren't we? So this is our time of peace, and what that means for us is that peace starts right where we are, always. Just like with anything else, it starts right here, right in our hearts. If we think we can do it another way, we need to think again and think new. It starts right where we are. And so I know so much is going on, but I must, as always, just put a special place of peace for our friends in San Diego at the synagogue. Yet another confusion that has been made on our planet. And I call it confusion because it has to be that. So this is our time to not point to them. This is the time to come within ourselves and claim, demand, and command peace on this planet, right here and right now. So take a moment with us. And continuing in this moment of silence, this moment of peace, remembering that this power that is in this moment called now has the power to not only move mountains, but allow peace to just permeate through everything, seen and unseen. And so I know that this time together, this time of remembering who and what we are, moves out from this place, from our heart, into the heart of our beautiful, beautiful planet and humanity. And the confusion finally ends and the alignment begins. That alignment with good, with peace, with love. Love is the answer, and love will always be the winner. And so it is.
I send my peace over the mountain. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love over the heavens, and it returns to me.
Thank you. That was
Welcome,
beautiful.
welcome. Thank you, Barbara Davis.
Thank you, Barbara.
Luis
Thank you,
on
everybody.
drums.
Yay. All right, so welcome again to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. For those that have just arrived, you are in a beautiful, amazing place with beautiful, amazing people who are ready to love you up. So welcome if you're here for the first time or if you're here for the 100th time. Like I know some of you have been here for 6 years. That's amazing, right? So here we practice the science of mind and spirit, and we know that God, spirit, life force is right where we are. And we know and claim that that is the essence and identity of who we are. And I'm calling us the God tribe now. So that's who we are. And if you'd like to be a member of the God tribe, come here every Sunday and just celebrate that with us, all right? And I welcome you here today, all of you, past, present, and future. Yes.
Yes, I was just thinking when we first started this center, as I'm seeing some faces back from the mainland, aloha. I remember going, wow, this is something we have to get used to, people leaving and then coming back. It's always aloha, aloha, aloha. And it was such an interesting thing for me and for us to understand. And now it has become such a gift because we have this wonderful community. And then when we see our mainland community coming over and every year and just warms the heart. That's how powerful that we are. So who is here for the very first time? Yes.
Welcome.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Recognize you by your shells. Yeah. But we also recognize you by something else. We have some information about you. And if you'll look over to the people that brought you, look at them. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to start some ruckus. So what I know about you and what we know about you is all this information doesn't even matter because we know the true you. So shall we let them know? Yeah.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent. Yes.
Yes, you are magnificent.
You are magnificent.
And guess how we know that? Oh, everybody's fanning themselves off. Thank gosh. Okay. We know that about you because, like with peace, we know it about ourselves. So there's no way I can know your magnificence without knowing my own. So we know that together, so shall we say it together? I am magnificent. Now, if you'll look back at that gentleman back there who is always behind that camera, and the gentleman next to him is making the sound happen, he is filming us. And what that means to all of us here is that what happens at CSL Kauai does not stay at CSL Kauai because people are on the mainland and people are watching. I know Rebecca DeRuz is watching and she lives right here in Kalaheo and she's watching.
Michael
That's right.
And Carrie.
I have my magic mirror just like Miss Nancy. Okay, so what I know is that you're all just going, wow, will he just go on? Will he go on? And you can say that because you're like in your living room or whatever, but we have to let you know something about you. You are magnificent. Now look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look. Just let them know who they are.
You are magnificent.
You are magnificent. Why do you look like
I think that it's good.
Now let's get on our magnificent
up
feet
on
for
our
our
feet.
opening song.
Yay.
It's in your program. You're magnificent. You're magnificent.
It's the truth.
We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We gather to share our love. We gather to share our love. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
Oh, I recognize us all as soul weavers of sound and light because we are the light, we are the power, we are the presence of God right where we stand, grounded in that energy, grounded in that source, grounded in that one thing which sings and sings throughout all of creation. I am so grateful to know this and to know that we are celebrating this today here at this Center for Spiritual Living Kauai and raising consciousness at the same time, starting with our own, just raising that vibration of the planet, removing the confusion that Patrick talked about and filling it with light and with love and with all that is good. And I know we do make a difference just by meeting here today. So I am so grateful. I am grateful from the depths of my heart and soul, body and mind for this thing called life, for this thing called consciousness that moves through me and moves through all of us. And I just am so grateful. So I say, let the service, let the celebration begin as we affirm together, and so it is.
We send our love out to all the world. We send our love out to all the world. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more. We've all been together before, dancing and singing along the same shore. Soul weavers of sound and light, gather together once more.
Mahalo.
Good morning, everybody. I took my earphones off. Oh boy. I'm here. I'm Rob Jones, religious science certified practitioner. And I am going to lead you in the meditation today. And I have a quote today by somebody I'll bet you don't know that he said this. See if you can guess when I say it. How can I be useful? Of what service can I be? There is something inside me. What can it be? Vincent van Gogh. How can I be useful? Of what service can I be? There is something inside me. What can it be? Enjoy your meditation. can I be useful? Of what service can I be? There is something inside me. What can it be? As you slowly come out of your deep meditation, what I know is that Spirit is always here, always with us, always swirling in and around through us with everything that Spirit and God is. All of the knowledge and support, health, abundance, anything we need. And this Spirit is a giver, giving us love, giving us support, giving us life. And it gives us the abilities to choose. And I know I am unified with Spirit in all that it gives. And if I can know this about myself, I know it's true for everyone. Everyone in the center, everyone on Kauai, everyone in the world has been endowed with this ability and support of God, of Spirit. And even those that we don't know yet, in outer space or inner space, past or present or future. And so I declare that Spirit, in supporting us, has given us one mouth and two ears. One mouth to talk and two ears to listen. And if we go deep, deep inside, there is a secret voice, a sacred voice, an intuitive voice that speaks to us when we listen. We don't even have to talk. We can just listen. And the answers will come. The answers do come. The answers come to manifest for us, for the things we need, what we desire to grow and grow and grow, to evolve into the greater, undying Spirit that we are. So in knowing this, I give great mahalo thanksgiving to Spirit, which is always with us, in us. And so I release my word, the word of God, of Spirit, into the law, which says yes, 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 as we say together, and so it is.
Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is meant to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be.
Morning, everyone. I have so much on my heart today, just so much stuff coming up. This talk could go a whole bunch of ways, so I'm just going to start and let it go where it goes. So I was kind of in Secret Service this week because it's hard to believe that last Sunday I was here and I spent 5 days in Los Angeles and then came back on Friday night. It's like, where is time, right? And not a whole lot of people knew I was going, but I was going to be with my friends there that I just needed to give some love, some Rita love. So I went to give that Rita love and came back. And I had a lot of thinking about this idea of Secret Service while I was gone. And there's a lot of ways we could go with that topic. Today is like Rise Up in Secret Service. We could go to the place where, we just go out and we do something and we don't tell anybody we do it. But we're in service. We could go there with it. But I'm going to a different place, and that is the place of the Secret Service that's within us. This thing that honors us and holds our very life in its hands. Just like the Secret Service that we've heard about, that guards our leaders in our country and probably other countries too. We have a Secret Service that can never, ever let us down. Ever, ever, ever. And if we know anything about the Secret Service, we know that, they stand around and they're always on guard and they're listening and they're looking all over the place to make sure that the president or whoever is safe. They're ready to jump at any time. They're ready to take a bullet for that person, no matter what they feel about that person, anything. That's their job. That's what they do. And sometimes we don't know who they are. Sometimes they're pretty. We can see them because they usually have sunglasses on and a little thing in their ear, and you go, oh, that must be a Secret Service person. But a lot of times you don't see them. And I always love those scenes in the movies where something happens, and the next thing you know, like I love Madam Secretary. It's one of my favorite shows. I know, it's one of my favorite shows. They just had the last episode, but for the fifth season. But I always love that part when something happens and they just grab the person and they guard them and they take them to some place of safety. We have that same Secret Service within us, and we are all leaders of that Secret Service. And I call that Secret Service the law of my being, but you can call it whatever you want. But it's the energy within you that is there for you at all times, no matter what is going on, and it's willing to take you anywhere that you need to go, even to take you into a place of suffering if that's needed, because that's where you're going. It's there with you, ready to guard and guide and direct you out of it and bring you, because it only has one objective, and its objective is to bring you home to source, no matter what that takes. And sometimes that is, it could be anything. It could be a joyous experience. It could be a really hard experience, but eventually we're all going back to source. We're all always aligning with source, and that is what the Secret Service within us does, because it's listening. It's feeling our vibration. It's listening and hearing what we're not saying, but what we're feeling. We cannot fool it in any moment. It always knows what we truly are feeling. It knows who we truly are, not what we show to the world, but what we truly are inside and what we think. That's why we can't step back far enough to know someone else's journey. When something happens to somebody and we go, how did that happen? They were such a good person or whatever. It has nothing to do with being a good person. It's their journey. And we can't know because we don't ever know what's going on in someone else's mind. We don't know what they truly are and what their true relationship is to that source. But I know that source is always, always, always bringing them home. Bringing them home. That's its mission, no matter what. And it's here with us in every single solitary moment. Now, the only thing is, we use it consciously or we use it unconsciously, right? We're always using it. It's always here, and it's always listening to whatever. But sometimes we don't know, and so we just are traveling through life unconsciously, but it's still listening. It's still responding. It's still doing what it does. It's still doing its best. It's not even doing its best. It knows. It's highly trained. We're the ones that have to be trained, just like the Secret Service has to be trained to do what they do. We don't have to train this energy, this source. We have to train ourselves to use it. So we're the ones in training. And that's what we're doing here at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. We are training ourselves to be leaders of the source, to know that mind is over matter, that we are the ones that are in charge of our destiny in a humbling and beautiful and amazing and powerful way. We are the ones that get to decide what it is we want to experience in this life. We are the ones. And we can't go wrong. We can't, like, even when something happens, we can't, like, say that it doesn't work, because it's always, always working. And I might have told you this story before, but I'm going to tell you again, because it came to me when I was sitting over there in meditation, and I thought, I need to tell him this story. So I think it was about 2011, I had something going on with my eye. And I was kind of denying that it was going on, but eventually it got really bad. So I was like, I finally told my husband, and we sat there and we did a treatment. And I went. He said, we need to go to the hospital. So it was a Saturday, and we went to this huge hospital in Los Angeles, and walked into the emergency room, and the emergency technician took, or what, I guess it was the doctor, took one look at me and said, I can't handle this, I can't handle this. And the next thing I knew, I was being escorted to ophthalmology, and all of a sudden I was in the hands of the head of ophthalmology on a Saturday. And the nurses were all going, how did this happen? He doesn't see anyone. Well, how did it happen? That energy source inside of me made sure, was going to make sure I was okay, no matter what it took. And I believed in it. I had faith in it. And so there I was with the head of ophthalmology, who then sent me to what he thought was where I needed to go, to this one doctor. And then he said, I'm giving him your cell phone number, and here's his cell phone number. How does that ever happen, right? Well, am I surprised? We should be surprised when this stuff doesn't work, okay? And the next thing I knew, about an hour later, or I don't remember when it was, I was in this doctor's office in an empty hospital with two people sitting there who I don't think they were of this planet, because they were telling me I was going to be okay. They were two really older people, and then they kind of faded away, and I don't know where they went. I don't know. But they were just letting me know that I was going to be all right, and they had gone to this doctor, and he was really great, and blah, 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 and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then I found myself in the doctor's office, and he took care of me and attended to me, and my husband sat there in prayer the whole time, and that room was full of people, right? He said he saw them. Anyway, and the next thing I knew, after an hour and a half, I had, you know, what I would call, it was some type of eye surgery that they do for that. And that was it. And he said there was very little chance that I would get my full eyesight back in that eye, but it could happen, you know, but I needed to do this, this, and this. So I spent 10 days on a couch somehow, repairing and remembering who I am. And I remember one day I laid on this, it was near the end. You know, they put that bubble in your eye, if anybody's had that, and you kind of have to. One day the bubble was gone, and it was like, what do we do now? What do we do now? The bubble's gone. It's gone. We're told to wait till this bubble's gone. So it was in that moment that I realized I didn't have to wait anymore, that I could be healed right now. And it took me 10 days, guys, 10 days, okay, of remembering all of this. So sometimes Spirit takes us to whatever we have to go through to remember who we are. But in that moment of realization, I knew I was fine. And I went back to the doctor, and I was fine. In fact, the eyesight in that eye is better than the one in this eye. So so what I'm trying to say is it's always with us. And then this is a very strange thing about the whole thing. Well, they're hearing maybe. It's long ago, I never got a bill. So it was like it never happened. So I don't know what happened that day, and I don't really care, but so the point I'm trying to make for this story is that, and I would have been happy to pay the bill, but is that there's something within us that is attending to us at all times, that's taking us through, and it's all unique and individual to each and every one of us. But the thing is, we have to remember who we are. This is what this journey is about. I believe that we are God getting to know ourselves as each and every one of us in our own individual way. And that is the journey That's why I want to call us the God tribe, because I don't want to mince words anymore. Maybe it's because I was back with my mentor in LA, and I went to one of his classes, and we were talking about this very topic, and there was a shift in consciousness. You could feel it, because there's people who think we shouldn't say this, that people aren't ready to hear it. But I don't believe that's true, and I believe that somebody has to do it first. Somebody has to be, and there are people in the scientific world that are saying this. It's not just spiritual people with their spirit. Science is the new spirit, and they're saying the same thing, that we are that power and that energy, and we can shift our lives. And when we change ourselves and shift our own lives, then the planet is uplifted and the planet is shifted. That's the way it works. It's not going to work the other way. It's not going to work. And we've seen it, right? We keep seeing it over and over. We can't stop that stuff on the outside. And if we keep trying to fix it from the outside, it's never, ever going to be fixed. It's never, ever going to be fixed when we put our blame to the outside and try to fix things from the outside. So I want you to hear this, really, because this is where I'm going with this teaching. And I want to recognize, just because I say I'm God, Patrick said it before, it means that I'm God and you're God. We are all expressing this energy and this source, this field, whatever you want to call it. We all have this capability, and we're moving into this place in our spiritual evolution right now where there has to be a shift, or we will not be here. We'll be somewhere else, but we won't be here anymore. This planet will continue to go because it always has, and it'll evolve and it'll do its thing. But we need to be one with this planet and lift this planet up with ourselves. So that's my message today, that you are part of my God tribe. And that beautiful child crying over there is part of our tribe. All of us are part of this tribe, right? Yes. So it's a matter of whether you want to, go through your own initiation in your own way, but it's here. The God tribe is here. So if you have questions about it, feel free to ask me, or come to class. That's the best thing, because that's where the changes take place. And anybody that's been in any of our classes or any of the classes here knows that if you want to change your life, you get in class, you get in some class that's going to help you and assist you to understand these principles. So I'm grateful, and I'm grateful to be and to know this truth, because I know that no matter what happens in my life, and lots of things happen, that's what I'm bringing to it, not the other way around. I'm bringing that to the experience. So no matter what it is, how can I go wrong? I'm going to be bringing that to it, and there's going to be I'm going to go through it, not over it, not around it, and I'm not going to spiritually bypass it. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to change those challenges, whatever they are, into wisdom, because that's what they are. Challenges are opportunities for us to get wisdom. But if we're not willing to go through them and gain the wisdom that there is in there, well, then we'll just have another challenge, and we'll just be victims. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a victim. I don't like that at all. But so shine your light, which is going to be our theme next month, and remember who you are. Yes? Yes. All right. Take it away, Barbara.
By Patty Casey off the Artist for Vermont's album. Gonna run to the mountain, shout for praise and glory, gonna tell it all over again. I'm gonna spread joy over this land, gonna put my shoulder to the yoke. Work hard till the evening. Then I'm gonna go down easy and spread joy over this land. Gonna drop my burden by the side of the road, help my neighbor pick up his load, and we're gonna walk till our feet are sore and spread joy over this land. I'm gonna spread joy over this land. I'm gonna cast the seeds with the palm of my hand. Though the light is weak and the soil is down to the river and pray. Walk through the wilderness to find my way. My jubilant feet the path will lay, and spread joy over this land. To the wailing wall at the end of the day, teach me to pray the way the good books say, and do my best to get out of the way and spread joy over this land. I'm gonna spread joy over this land. I'm gonna cast the seeds with the palm of my hand. Though the light is weak and the soil is mean, joy rises up from a power unseen. Come along and go with me, and if you can't go, set your children free, and we'll march on through eternity to spread joy over this land. I said, come along, come and go with me, and if you can't go, set your children free, and we'll march on through eternity and spread joy over this land. We're gonna spread joy over this land. We're gonna cast the seeds from the palm of our hand. Though the light is weak and the soil is mean, joy will rise up from a power unseen. Rise and run to the mountain, shout for praise and glory. Gonna tell it all over again. We're gonna spread joy over this land. Spread that joy.
Wow. Wow. That was spread that joy. Down to the mountain, down to the river. How y'all doing? Good. Oh, sacred secret service. I love that, Rita. It's just this thing that is inside of us at all times, nothing to look for, nothing to beg for. This Friday, we watched a wonderful movie, for those of you that were here, with the Mother Teresa, the letters of Mother Teresa. It was a very busy Friday night all over the island. There was the Hunchback opened, and the art show was closing, and something was happening up north, and CSL Kauai was showing Mother Teresa's letters. And so we got a little something out of that. We had our discussion afterwards, and I thought it was worth talking about today. Everyone, I'm not going to assume anything because it's part of the 4 agreements, but let me know, do you all know who Mother Teresa is? Yeah. It doesn't matter if you don't, but it's just that I don't like to assume that everybody knows what I'm talking about when I get up here. Mother Teresa, quite a lady. And her letters were all about the idea that she had, 6 decades of working with the poor and doing all of those wonderful things. And she, therefore, at the end of her life and in these letters, explained that she had some doubt, that she felt abandoned. Have you ever felt abandoned? Have you ever abandoned yourself? Just saying. And this was one of her things. She goes, a reporter wanted to do a piece on her because she was getting very popular over in Calcutta. And she said, no, interview the poor. Let them tell the story. It's their story. She says, I'm a little pencil in the hand of God. I'm a little pencil in the hand of God. And I thought, yeah, how do I translate this? I was raised Catholic, and I don't say that. I'm a discovering Catholic. And I don't have a lot of the stuff that I know some people do about recovering from it. I just know that everything I've ever done in my life has been a discovery. Anything that I have gone through has been a discovery, and I totally honor it. But her faith was somewhat tested. It wasn't, what I loved about the depiction of her, because it was more of a documentary made from, like a movie. It was a movie made into a documentary. And she was so sure, she was so clear about what she had to do. And I believe that everything came in to support that. And so she may call it the God outside of herself, but we all share the same energy, the same God. So however it happened for her, hallelujah. Unless you can give a person a better God, stay away from their God. Stay away from it. We have no business. And there have been times that I thought it was my business, by the way, to let them know how wonderful religious science is. I never told them not to have their God, but boy, if you went over to New Thought, you'd have a new thought. So she believed in an outside God, and this is what I felt when I watched the movie, and that I wanted to share today with this secret service that isn't really a secret, like Doris Day says. Remember her secret song for you? She had a little secret love. I have a secret love too, and it lives through me. It's called love. And the one thing that I learned was I was so grateful, I said in our circle, that this God that used to live outside of me and that I used to look for everywhere, and that I was longing for the intimacy of spirit, now lives within me. And I may have abandoned spirit at times, but spirit has never, ever abandoned me, ever. In my darkest hours, in my little inner child, and it's all of its fear, that spirit was there helping me through every single moment. And yet, I felt abandoned at times. But we're not. And that's, I think, the big message is that this is what I'm kind of the self-love king. And people are always like, oh, it's about love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I'm going, yes, argue for your limitations, argue for your limitations. But this is what, wow. If I didn't have humor, I would sometimes be sarcastic. I mean, I'm just going to let you know. But since I do, I use that to my fullest. But this is what did you remember love is like a two-way street? They always said but guess what she says? I didn't even get it till this morning. I'm so used to my paradigm that love is a two-way street, right? This is what she says. Look at her. Love is a one-way street. I said, talk to me, sister. She says, it always moves away from self in the direction of the other. Meaning it starts where? Here. Love is the ultimate gift of ourselves to others. We say it over and over. When I fully love myself, I have everything to give. In my marriage, if I do not have love, I have nothing to give this woman. This beautiful spiritual being, I have nothing. I always say, love myself, love myself, love myself. The more I love myself, the less of a pain in the butt I am in her life. Think about it. It's like, make yourself happy first. Well, yes, because you being unhappy does nothing for the relationship. Nothing. But I digress in the middle of Mother Teresa. When we stop giving, we stop loving. When we stop loving, we stop growing. And unless we grow, we will never attain personal fulfillment. We will never open out to receive the life of God. It is through love that we encounter God. There is no other way through it, around it. We are always protected by this wonderful thing called love. I was so happy Friday night when I realized the intimacy that I have with Spirit. Energy, call it God, call it whatever you want. As I always say, it doesn't matter. But it is an energy. An energy, a law. And another thing is that wonderful secret service that says, I got you, Patrick, whatever you need, man. I'm here for you. But I'm an idiot. Yes, you are, and I'm going to make sure you know that you are an idiot because I'm a yes man. I'm a yes woman. I will say yes to every one of your commands. That's why I say we must command and demand peace. We cannot cross our fingers and hope that someday they're going to get it right. I was very passionate this morning on this idea. There is nothing that's going to change as long as I think they did it. And that really kicks my butt. I've used butt twice today, just so you'll know. And what that means for you that are new here, that means I'm serious. I'm not angry, but I'm not kidding. And here's the deal. I want to just talk briefly about the I am God that Rita started here. I was in shock to find out that my brothers and sisters in the New Thought movement, that we were kind of like scandalous. At first I was like, really? And then I kind of liked it because I love the feeling of that people are thinking I'm scandalous. You know, and this is what they say. This is how we try to take care of one another. They can't handle it. What? What? They can't handle, I am God. They're not ready for it. Well, when would we be ready? Thank you. When would we be ready? And that's because our paradigms are sitting here and we keep going, I am God. Look at, they keep saying that. It's who I am. That's who each and every one of us are. And I'm going to tell you something, if we really believed it and we really embodied it, there wouldn't be those shootings. I hate to break the news to you, but it wouldn't be. You cannot love yourself and hurt another person. You cannot love yourself and do the destructive things we do to ourselves. And here's my little caveat on this. You can tell, red face is getting redder, excitement is coming through me. Here's where the Secret Service really needs to start. Starts here, but we need to be Secret Service and protectors for one another. And I'm going to tell you how that works, should you choose to take your mission. Stop, if you can, allowing other people in your life, whether it be your family, your friends, and mostly yourself, to berate yourself or to berate others. The moment I say I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I didn't do that, instead of just going, I'm a listener. Yeah, listen to them and say, I need to question that. I told a woman that she was talking, she goes, well, give me something to work with. I said, this is what you need to do. Because we don't give advice, but this is what you need to do. I know I'm supposed to invite you. I know I'm supposed to do that, but I'm going to tell you what you need to do. This is what you need to do. You need to go home to your husband and all your kids, and you need to have a no name calling zone installed in your home and in the car and in everywhere we go from now on. We need to become the Secret Service and not allow any more of this self-berating. I did this, I'm not worth this, I'm not worth that. That has to stop. You have to say, oh, I really acknowledge, because that's another word we get to use, I acknowledge how you're feeling, but I can't support it. Because, honey, that's not who you are. You're a loving, wonderful God being, that you're God looking at God. And then they say, well, you're bypassing. People are just wanting to express themselves. And I've said it before. Yeah, we'll express together. We'll cry together. We'll hold each other. We'll do whatever you need. But we are not going to keep supporting that I'm a loser. I was on the phone. I'm a loser. I can't get this together. My finances and this and that and this and that and this and that. And I said, I have not heard one time you say one good thing about yourself in this 45-minute conversation. I want to hear some good about you. Tell me some good about you, because if we focused on that, if we were that Secret Service, letting people know who you are, and that's how we can assist one another. Does that make sense? I don't know about you, but I've been in conversations where I said, well, it's none of your business, Patrick. Just listen. But I don't want to listen to you hurt yourself and you tell me how awful of a person you are. It's absolutely a lie. Wow. So that's my new Secret Service. So nobody will want to talk to me anymore. But besides that, because I really want to really drive that home. The time of apologizing for being God is over. And this interpretation that you want to choose about it, that you can't just get up and say, I am God. Yes, I can. And I know that there are times that people were dragged out of where they were for saying it, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is love. Love is a one-way street. It starts with ourselves. No more name calling. Oh, I said to this beautiful person called myself, I said, would you ever allow anyone to talk to you the way that you have been talking to yourself? And here's the 411. If your answer is yes, then we even have more work to do in this, because most of the time, 9 out of 10, you would never let anyone talk to you the way you have talked to yourself. So this is what I know about inner child, inner all this, all my inner you, my inner light. This is what I know about it. Give yourself some patience here, friends. We have been doing some confusing things for a lot of years. So you magically have the answer and then you go, oh my God, why isn't this happening? And I said the other day, because that inner part of us has been down in a very dark basement for a long time, wanting to come home, wanting your acknowledgement, wanting your love. And so there's now a crack of light. And remember, it's been blinding down in that darkness. So when you start to see a little bit of the light come through, then you can start to adjust. It isn't like, oh yeah, I get it now. No, it's more like, what the hell? Where have I been? What am I doing? Oh, the light. Did you like that little kind of Fosse thing I was making happen there? So this is how I'm going to end. I actually have a wonderful, I was thinking of Doris Day because, she's young and vibrant. She just turned 100. She did too. Oh, she's still alive? Yes. And even if she had been gone, she was still alive. So let me tell you. The thing to all of us is, once I had a secret love. Here's what I'm saying. No more secrets, but this is how we're going to end it. All of us. Now I shout it from the highest hills, even told the golden daffodils, when's the last time you talked to a daffodil? Michael goes, never, never, and never will. At last my heart's an open door. And Doris. And my secret love's no secret anymore. So this is how we're going to end. You're going to, line by line, we're going to say it together. And Michael's going to go, wow, Patrick is so much crazier than he even is when he's running on the ready? Now I shout it from the highest hills. Even told the golden daffodils. At last my heart's an open door. And you say it, you have to say it kind of sexy, I'm just letting you know. And my secret love's no secret anymore. Ooh, you got the sex thing going, and so it is. Namaste.
So great.
Yeah, we're live here at CSL Kauai.
I love you, honey. Let's take a breath. Let it all settle in. Yeah, it's good. We are expanding. We are growing, and so is this place that it would make sense if we're expanding and growing. CSL Kauai is expanding and growing, right? So we have till October 2020 to find a new space. So I trust you'll all come to the visioning next week with Reverend Peggy, Dr. Peggy. So this is our time of giving, and thank you in advance for all the beautiful gifts that come into the center from off island, from this room, from all over, to help support this work and move it out into the world. So let's read the affirmation in the program. I freely and joyously give
from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth, knowing my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, my life, and the world.
And so it is. That's the truth.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My abundant, my abundant, my abundant life. My abundant, my abundant, my abundant life.
So what I know right here and right now is that I am grateful and I am thankful. I start with Thanksgiving knowing that everything in this room, in this basket, is the divine expression of power of God. And it moves out from here into the world to heal, to prosper, and to bless. And I'm grateful for the givers. I'm grateful for the receivers. I know it's one circle of giving and receiving. And I know that what goes out in each and every one of our lives, and we are prospering in every single solitary way, in the ability of good health and prosperity and love and all that is good. So it's a done deal. It's good, and I just let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
You're going to talk. And what is your name? Alicia, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Alicia, and we learned about good character counts.
You learned the character count?
Yeah, and it's honesty, respect, caring, fairness, and responsibility. We all made coupon books for our parents and siblings to help them out and show our appreciation to them.
Thank you. So let's give them their blessing. Ready?
Ready?
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yay. Thank you, George. Thank you, kids. Perfect. So, thank you. Thank you. So, everyone, practitioners in service, please come up. The ones that are going to serve today, the beautiful, amazing practitioners that we have here. Reverend Diane, Malia, Rob is back there. I think that might be all we have today. Is that true? Yes, because
Yes.
Dr. Peggy Skern. So,
I just want to say one thing before I forget
Yes.
it. Speaking of the children, we have Sabina and William and Malia and Mama back there, but she is due this week. So we have another child coming to the wonderful, wonderful youth center. So
Amaris.
let's send Amaris. So let's give them all of our love this week, and knowing that
Yeah.
everything is delivered perfectly, easily, and effortlessly.
With love.
And love. Yes. Go ahead.
So here are our practitioners today, and Rob back there. And so if something's come up for you or you want to know the truth about something, these are the people to come to and allow them to grace you with a beautiful spiritual mind treatment and talk to you about what that is. And should you need something more than that, and we highly invite you, if you need to have a session with one of these beautiful people, or Patrick and I and all the practitioners here, and actually delve into whatever is going on and know the truth about that. So you can talk to them about what that is too. So that's it. I think we're good.
We are good, except for if you have anything to do and you'd like to go to see the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all it opened this weekend with Ruth Doobie's wonderful son, Isaac. And so it's this
Grandson.
weekend.
Grandson.
What'd I say?
You said son. It's okay.
It's okay. It is your son. I don't care.
All right. I think we're ready to close. Everybody get up on your feet.
Yeah, everybody's like trying to get to that cake. I see what's happening back there.
Oh, yeah. We have birthday cake. That's right.
Love can move the world like the moon in the sky moves the sea. Love can cause the wars to cease. Love can bring this world to peace. It's a tide that begins with you and me. Love can heal the world like the warmth of the sun moves the trees. Feel the wind of love increase as we bring this world to peace. Come love the world with me.
So I know in this moment of gratitude for this day that we have come together to what? To remember who we are. Does everybody remember who they are? Yes, I love it. So I want to give a couple shout outs of gratitude to the announcement that was done by everyone. And the Malama team, Maureen, Sue, Wood, Melissa, who greeted you with love and just kept the old secret service going on all through the service. And Rob Jones, our practitioner, cameraman, and everything above. And we have in the bookstore, we have Roseanne, we have Emma, and whoever else wants to sell books back there, get yourself back there because it's happening. And and we have Barbara Davis, as always. Thank you so much. And Luis. And our collection stewards, Roseanne and Charles. Charles, you didn't see him in the beginning, but we saw him in the end, didn't we? So we are so grateful, and we are grateful to Ron back there who's cutting the cake as we speak, and just letting it be, and all of those wonderful people that are back there supporting that hospitality. So I am so grateful for the opportunity every Sunday and every day of the week to be able to open up to this island, open up to this entire planet, this idea of peace and love and remembering that I am God, and so is each and every one of us. I am good. And I'm so blessed to have this wonderful, wonderful co-spiritual director beside me at all times, this beautiful, beautiful lady that just personifies this teaching. And I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I thank myself and my birthday, that's May 2nd. And if you were wondering why this is right here, it's because Glenn and I share every year his leftover or his incarnate lay here. So I say thank you to it all. I say thank you, thank you, thank you to this thing called laughter, to this thing called love, and this thing called life. I am so grateful. And with that we say, and so it is.
Love